If I had to vote today to keep this money or send it back, I'd vote to send it back. Counties and localities should simply not comply, and the court should strike it down immediately. Therefore, I move that we prohibit spending of any American Rescue Plan Act funding without court approval.
I'm Bruce Spitzlingle. I'm president of GrantWorks, a consulting firm that has been retained by the county to assist with the ARPA funding.
Consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to determine if the American Rescue Plan Act funding should be sent back to the federal government.
100 people that have died in Texas Hill Country. What you are not being told by the media anywhere is that the death toll likely would not have been as high if it wasn't for DEI.
So Charlie Kirk comes out and blames the floods and the people that lost their lives in Texas, that county, right? He blames it on DEI. Yeah, makes sense. But for people to dig only to find out that this county actually rejected money from Biden, because that is demonic money. And this money was purposely sent to actually put this county in preparation, make sure it has enough equipment and everything, like that disaster preparedness that could actually help people survive catastrophes like this. And later on, they took the money. After taking the money, they used it for something else. How are you, my people, doing? Welcome back to the channel. I do hope that from wherever you all are watching this from, you are doing great. Hopefully God has protected you and preserved you very well. Yes, I do appreciate the engagement, the love, the support, super thanks and super chats, my members. A big shout out to you guys as well. Y'all are highly appreciated. We're back with another interesting episode. There's just revelation after revelation. It is being revealed that while people in Texas, especially Magas in Texas, that have been literally on the necks of everybody else, telling them you shouldn't make this political, right? These people literally refused to take money that was supposed to help them before, prepare them in time, save them in time, right? They refused this money because this money was demonic. Why don't we look at these reactions first, come back and talk about it? Just do me a favor, like the video, share it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's spread awareness. Hopefully, one person will see through the lies and be like, who is playing who?
If I had to vote today to keep this money or send it back, I'd vote to send it back. Counties and localities should simply not comply, and the court should strike it down immediately. Therefore, I move that we prohibit spending of any American Rescue Plan Act funding without court approval.
I'm Bruce Spitzlingle. I'm president of GrantWorks, a consulting firm that has been retained by the county to assist with the ARPA funding.
Consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to determine if the American Rescue Plan Act funding should be sent back to the federal government.
I've been a resident here at Cook County for 30 years, and I'm standing with others here to tell you to send the money back.
I'm a woman who is called Sherry Snyder. I reside at 196 Getaway Falls Trail, and I want to thank you for being our public servants. But I am here to put each man on notice. The man called Rob Kelly, the man called Harvey Blue, Don Harris, Beck Gibson, and Jonathan Letts, that if you vote to keep Biden's money, I will hold you personally responsible and personally liable for any and all harm that comes to I, a woman called Sherry Snyder, and the family of I, as well as the residents of this county. In closing, I will not hold you liable if you vote to send Biden's money, ARPA, back.
And I don't believe we should take the money. We should not have it. I don't trust our federal government. I don't think that they're truthful with us.
So you want to know how Texas Republicans got people killed? In 2016, Kirk County commissioners had an engineer report that they had commissioned to find out whether or not their emergency alert systems were good enough along the Guadalupe River. And the report came back no. But they intentionally did not update the system. They were given the money. They were given the money once by Biden, and they were given the money once by Obama. And this was what was said in court. Somebody on Reddit found this, by the way. Somebody that is like me, who is able to go through meeting notes and things like that. I'm guessing whoever put this together was probably in the meeting and remembered it, or they know how to use the keyword searches on the county websites. You can do this in the Texas Legislature online too system. I used to teach. Maybe I'll do a little lecture on how to do it on here so people can do it themselves. Commissioner Moser, the cost of that whole thing is going to be like $976,000. They're talking about sirens. There is a FEMA grant that's available as long as we apply by January 20th. This is the money Obama was going to give them, Judge Pollard, which is when President Obama goes out of office. Laughter. It's hilarious. It's hilarious that Obama tried to give them money to update their systems and that they're not going to use it, I guess. Big laugh there. Commissioner Reeves, and I will say, and Cher, if you can correct me if I'm off base on this, the camps have a very good system of letting downriver know if there's a rise. So why should we have to do anything? I mean, I know we're in charge of the county. I know the federal government's giving us grants, but like, my dudes, they can just like give each other a little ring-a-ding. Like, you know, this water runs like many miles an hour, by the way. That's how ridiculous this is. But give them a little ring-a-ding. This is the best part. Are you ready for this? Judge Pollard, dead in the water. Get it? Because the project's dead in the water. Commissioner Moser, dead in the water. Right, it's dead in the water. Or pun for flood warning system. It's dead in the water. See, you get it? Because everybody's dead in the water right now. Get it? So the first comment is, just to be clear, from a resident. It's not from one of the county commissioners, but this is from a resident in Kerr County. And I'm here to ask this court today to send this money back to the Biden administration, which I consider to be the most criminal, treasonous, communist government ever to hold the White House. And Kerr County should not be accepting anything from these people. So that's what I have to say to you. Free money. Hell no. Not from around here. Commissioner Bello, and this is wild, okay? Commissioner Bello, we have the money in the bank. $5.1 million that was sent to Kerr County. Judge Kelly, we didn't ask for it. They sent it. Commissioner Bello, they sent it. Ms. Duo, exactly. The audacity. They just sent it. How dare you? Take your money and go, sir. This is truly, truly the most nefarious part. Commissioner Bello, by the way, if they don't use the money, they have to give it back. My old law partner, John Cornyn, tells me that if we send it back, it's going to New Jersey, imagine, or it's going to New York, or it's going to, Miss Lavender, California. I don't know if I'd rather be the custodian of the money until we decide that we have to do it with, rather than give it back to the government to spend on values that we in Kerr County don't agree with. They didn't spend the money. They didn't. If they did, they didn't spend it on an emergency system. But they wanted to make sure that no liberals got their hands on it. And now 160 people missing. All of those people are almost certainly dead. 109 confirmed deaths. Probably close to 300 people are dead. Great job, guys. Bang up.
I'm just going to say this right here, right now. The Democrats will always reveal who they truly are, the scum of the earth. Look no further than the things they said over a flash flood towards children. Have a great day.
Well, those same Republicans, same far-right folks in Kerr County, Texas, refused aid from Biden in 2021, approximately $13 or $14 million. They refused it because it was Biden, which is insane. It was to help with the weather warnings in Kerr County. They at first refused it, then they accepted the money, but didn't even use the money for said weather warnings. They used it to invest in police, and now all them poor children are dead, and all them poor people, who died in that flood are dead, and hundreds more missing because of racism. Yeah, you should probably be more upset about that than coming for Democrats or liberals, because it was Democrats and liberals that tried to save their goddamn lives. Yeah, it was Republicans' fault for those children passing away. They have to take accountability and blame themselves. It was MAGA supporters who have to take the accountability here. And if you don't believe me, the audio is out. The official audio is out. It's been proven factual. You can't run from it. You can't deny it. So the same amount of energy you have for liberals and Democrats, I pray to God, I hope to the Most High you have the same energy for Republicans and Trump supporters in Kerr County who wanted this to happen.
So Kerr County, where the floods have been in Texas, crazy story. It ends up that they have been asking for money to improve their infrastructure because they knew that they were in a danger zone for floods. They requested the money in 2017 and were denied by the Texas Division of Emergency Management. And then again, their city council voted several different times 4-0 to not accept funds because they came from Joe Biden. And this is all on TikTok and other apps. You can go look it up. There's video of the city council of people, discussing in the city council meeting. And they're sitting there going, we don't want this communist money. We don't want this communist money. That's what they're saying. And now look at what has happened. Because, there is no because. It's just survival of the fittest, right? If your Republican-led city makes horrible decisions that leads to loss of life, don't vote Republican. That's the only conclusion we can come to.
100 people that have died in Texas Hill Country. What you are not being told by the media anywhere is that the death toll likely would not have been as high if it wasn't for DEI.
Lock in, fuck nigga. About to fact check this. If you fuck, make sure you hit that follow button. Let's get it. What the hell did he just say? How can you blame DEI for what happened in Texas if the governor of Texas banned DEI? Mind you, Donald Trump created an executive order banning DEI initiatives, and Texas, a red state, have no problem enforcing that executive order. If you really want to point fingers on the people who actually is at fault here, it'd be white men. The senator of Texas, Ted Cruz, was in Greece during the flood. What makes this bad is this man is the chairman of the Conference of Science and Transportation. His job is literally to oversee certain things, and weather is one of them. So a chairman for the committee that oversees certain things like weather was vacationing in Greece while his state, Texas, was being flooded. The Texas State Senate literally voted not to advance their weather system. And one of the representatives from Kirk County who got the flood the worst is defending why he voted no. One of the main reasons why this flood was so deadly was because how dangerous it got so quickly. And that's because of climate change. And Donald Trump and his goons actually put a bill that's going to worsen climate change. Not to mention that Donald Trump is now making the National Weather Service run with 600 people when originally they had 4,000 people. And the crazy thing is, I can keep going. I could point out all the problems that happened during this flood, but none of them is going to lead to freaking DEI.
So it turns out the residents of Kerr County, Texas, twice turned down life-saving equipment, flood, sirens. They turned it down twice. Why? Because the money was coming from Democrats. Yeah, they didn't want to take anything from the socialist, communist, Marxist, devil-worshipping, whatever. You know how they are. First it was Obama and then it was Biden. Understand something else too. People get washed away and die in floods all the time down there. It happens all the time. All the time. It just doesn't happen on this big of a scale. They turned down life-saving equipment, knowing the history of that area, knowing that people die all the time. And you know what? All of the other communities around didn't. They took the life-saving equipment. It was just like Kerr County, Kerrville, that area. They rejected it. Everyone else around them took it. I would love to see a couple of things. I would love to see a reporter in front of one of the commissioners or the residents that made all the derogatory comments about taking money from Democrats. I would love to see them questioned about how they feel about that now. And I would also love to see and make sure that they get none of the $5 million that was raised through GoFundMe. Hey, some of this money came from Democrats. You tell others not to make it about politics when it is your politics that literally your children. Wow.
One of the ladies in the recent videos that I brought you out here, the lady that was saying that they are being treated as stepchildren, that they really don't care about them. They are looked at as bastards. Nobody cares for them, right? She mentioned something that was very, very crucial about this county, right? That it is a county that actually consists of old people. You think I'm making this up? Listen to that.
This is crazy. I know we're not Kirk County. I know we're not Kerrville. I know we're not San Angelo or San Antonio. But hell, we're human beings. Help us. Give us what we need. We are a older community. A lot of our people don't have insurance. They don't have money. Kind of a forgotten community for Travis County. We're unincorporated. We are their unwanted stepchildren out here.
She's saying that majority of the people in this state are old people. So that's why a lot of people do not care. And when we look back at the same people that actually denied this money, who are they? Old people. These people are so easy to brainwash and so easy to lie to and tell them, you know what? That money is coming from the devil himself. Do not touch it, because if you touch it, that money has this on it, this money has that on it, this money has that on that, and then you're going to be judged. Forgetting that the person they are talking about was actually a leader that was in power, that was supposed to actually be doing stuff and serving his people. Therefore, the money that is coming, it is actually supposed to be serving the people. Sometimes it makes me ask questions to myself. Is America just different countries that are just, within the same borders, but they are just calling them states? Because some of these states are too independent to an extent that they would literally refuse initiatives that are supposed to be helping their people simply because they don't like the politician that is doing this. But what is the essence of voting, even if you did not vote for this person, as long as they are doing the right thing, right? I don't think you would have a problem, right? If Trump was not giving tax cuts to the rich, right, and he was actually caring for the middle class that struggle a lot to pay all the taxes that literally make everybody else thrive in this country, right, I feel like the Dems would be happy. The leftists, the liberals, these people, okay, probably not, because of course there's that side of, we are beefing, we are not supposed to be so much in love with you, okay? But I do feel like they will be like, yeah, actually this is good. And I do feel like that there are some things Dems and leftists and liberals and everybody else sees and be like, even the independents, right? They look at and they be like, now this is for the good cause. And they be like, on this one, Trump, you ate, okay? And what matters to me is the leader really serving you? And this leader came and tried to serve. And these people said no to the money. And swore, literally made serious oaths like you have seen. All of them, old people. And in times of catastrophes, these are the same people that need help. You all know that you live in a society that is not communal. Yeah? Everyone lives as an individual. So it's all about myself. Take care of myself. I protect myself. In times like this of the flood, who is going to help these people? Not the people that denied the money, mind you. Because while these people deny the money, they have enough resources to evacuate very quick. I understand that catastrophe never alarms or lets you know that we are coming, right? So somehow everybody is going to have to, experience a bit of, the situation that is happening. But most of the times the people that make decisions are people that have enough resources really to actually run away and evacuate and not get any end results of this. But they are making decisions on behalf of people, right? That literally can't help themselves when catastrophe hits. If this is not brainwash, if this is not selfishness, I do not know what this really, really is, okay? I've heard the fact that older people are so easy to manipulate and brainwash because, to be honest, the majority of them are the people that actually even voted for Trump because they're like, he is God sent. He's chosen by God. He's going to bring back America to greatness again. A lot of them are still dreaming of those days back in the 1800s when they used to literally tell a black person to, strip. And they would, right? They still dream of those days when Friday nights used to be epic in their backyards because they had traditions, right? So they are looking at that kind of America where people were slaves, right? That's the kind of America they are obsessed with. They're not obsessed with America that literally makes sense at all. They're not obsessed with America that has policies that are in favor of everybody. No. They are in the favor of the America that has policies that are targeting people that don't look like them. And unfortunately, in the process when all of this is happening, guess who is shooting themselves in the foot? They are. Because now all of a sudden it's not about politics. Yet they voted. But it has nothing to do with politics. But they voted. Yeah? But it has nothing to do with politics again, right? But you voted. Right? And in times when nobody literally can help you, then you come on the internet and say, we are treated as, step children. We need to be looked at. We are human beings, for goodness sake. You refuse the money that was supposed to alert your people, your old people. This money was supposed to serve the elderly because they deserve it. They have worked hard and now it is time for them to rest and be safe and not be running from place to place. And just in case they are, yeah, they would at least do that with prior warning. They would prepare enough. And we are talking about children, for goodness sake, that are literally missing. Children, women, older people that are missing, right? But these people, they voted for hate. And meanwhile, they later on, behind the scene, took the money and allegedly it was put in police. This sounds familiar. There's a state, is it Florida, that literally cut taxes on pum silencers? Gosh, what kind of society is this? People are literally removing taxes on pum silencers. Yo, forgive me, because it does not make sense at all to me. The hate they saw in the world, it normally comes for them, unfortunately. And then they have everybody else to blame that it was DEI. Should we say that Magas are DEI? The people that were making these decisions, they were the DEI hires. Had no experience, were not skilled enough with critical thinking. I'm just saying, this ain't an insult. I'm just trying to analyze and give my opinion, because if you're talking about DEI, that's what Charlie Kirk said, that it was DEI. Yeah? Well, the DEI president that supported DEI, Joe Biden, decided to give money to help. You say no. Now your people are dying, and you're saying it's DEI that is responsible. The brainwash is too deep. And to make matters worse, when you reach older generations, for them, they are just stuck there. They are not willing to change their mindset about things. I see them every time, every now and then. Yeah. Thinking that the world is going to be stuck in the 1800s. Yeah? Well, now it is what it is. Because of this, innocent children are gone. Because of this, people have lost property. Because of this, homelessness. Because of this, people are going to go homeless. Meanwhile, isn't it a criminal right now in some states for you to be homeless? Is it great again? Yeah. And this money was demonic, right? But it came out of the taxpayer. Magas need to be educated. That's why I always recommend share these videos, like them, engage with them. You never know. It might land on the right Maga that needs help. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I think for me, for today, that's it. Those were my opinions, but I do value yours as well. Yeah, I'll see you in another amazing video. Till then, my name is Gracie. I do love all of you. Stay safe out there. I don't hate anybody, okay? Even if you're Maga. In fact, I want to hear what you have to say about this, all right? Yeah, just stay safe, to be honest. You are human, and you deserve staying safe. Stay hydrated, blessed, and love all of you. See you in another amazing video. Until then, bye.